Hi everyone, my name is Daniela Österreich, and I'm so excited to present my capstone campaign proposal. We're calling it Fresh Frames, a spotlight on collaborative storytelling curated especially for Alamo Drafthouse Cinema. Before I jump in, I want to share something personal that practically guided my entire project. From a very young age, movies have been woven into my life, and I can remember moments curling up in my dad's lap watching classics like Jurassic Park, to later being an adult and binging movies that I might have missed like Citizen Kane. For me, movies have always been about more than entertainment. They've been an escape, a reset button, and a way to see the world through somebody else's eyes. That feeling, that connection, that is the heart of Fresh Frames. Alamo Drafthouse is one of my favorite examples of what moviegoing can be when it's done with intention and love for the craft. They've turned film into a community event, something shared, interactive, and creative that really steps outside of the big screen. But the reality is that audiences are changing. And a lot of people, especially younger viewers, are staying home with streaming or quick-hit short-form content, and this shift has created a gap between audiences and the in-person movie experience. Fresh Frame aims to rebuild that bridge by reconnecting people through storytelling, shared creativity, and the magic that happens when you watch something together in a room full of strangers. So let's ground the campaign in the current landscape. Alamo's strengths have always been very clear. They have a very strong, bold brand identity, a very loyal fan base, and a history of immersive events that make the theater feel like a cultural hub. Their weaknesses can sometimes include uneven youth engagement and inconsistent programming across markets. This can kind of change from the East Coast to the West Coast. Externally, the opportunities are exciting. Local arts partnerships, a growing hunger for experimental entertainment, and a rising interest in nostalgia-driven events. But they can also face real threats, like streaming competitions and economic uncertainty. Take COVID, for example. Less and less moviegoers were going to the films. It made it tough to get out and get to see other people, and the moviegoing experience changed as a whole. Fresh Frames is intentionally designed to leverage Alamo's strengths while directly speaking to these types of challenges. Now, this campaign is built around two groups. First, the collaborator. Collaborators are typically the emerging filmmakers. This age range can sometimes span from as young as 18 to mid-range around 34 years old, and what I see from them is that they're hungry. They want that mentorship, the visibility, and the sense of community that they grew up with. They really are the next generation of storytellers. Second, the cinephile. These are people who are used to going to the movies, who have built that habit. Typical ages for this range from 25 to 44, and are people who genuinely love the movies, the atmosphere, the nostalgia, the shared experience. They appreciate a curated content and a sense of belonging within their own movie experience. The cool thing is that these two groups feed into one another. Filmmakers need the audiences, and audiences love discovering new voices. Fresh Frames hopefully will bring them both together. Now, Fresh Frames is a year-long integrated communications campaign. It's designed to strengthen Alamo's role as a home for creators and a destination for audiences. It uses digital storytelling, influencer partnerships, and community-driven events to foster creativity and connection. The focus is simple: shared passion, shared stories, shared cinema. The campaign overall has two goals. Goal 1 is to support emerging filmmakers. These include featuring 12 new filmmakers across monthly showcases and increasing participation in the Alamo-supported film events by roughly 25%. Goal 2 is to strengthen audience engagement. We're aiming for roughly a 20% increase in social engagement and about a 15% boost in event attendance, driven by storytelling and interactive experiences. Fresh Frames uses a peso approach to give the campaign a little more structure and balance. The paid media approach to this is hyper-targeted digital ads. We want to meet our audience where they're at. Ideally, through earned media, we're going to hope to bring on local partnerships and curated public relations moments. We want to speak to the people. Ideally, through shared media, influencer contributions, and fan-generated stories are the way to go. And through owned media, Alamo's own website, app, and blog content will help to reinforce that content that we're creating and bringing it forward. These can ensure that there's a consistent visibility across the entire campaign lifecycle, across multiple platforms. One thing that I absolutely love about digital storytelling is how personal it can be. And that's essential for any cinema brand. Through influencer collaborations and short-form video content, Fresh Frames is hoping to highlight the people that make Alamo feel special, from staff to filmmakers to everyday fans like you. Our Why Watch at Alamo miniseries will focus on real stories, shared experiences, and genuine enthusiasm for the craft. It's content that feels like a friend telling you, you have to see this. Now, something that we have a very good understanding about is that Alamo thrives most when it engages directly with its community. Fresh Frames will build on that by hosting monthly community movie nights, collaborating with local businesses, launching the Cinematic Connections Festival, a yearly event, which will give emerging filmmakers a platform and audiences a front row seat to fresh voices. Think of it like a film slam, but grand scale. Ideally, this will strengthen Alamo's identity as a gathering place, a shared venue, as opposed to just being a theater. Now, social media is going to play a big role into meeting audiences where they already are. Through targeted ads, retargeting funnels, and event-specific creatives, this campaign is going to reinforce Alamo's brand while inviting people to participate in something meaningful, something outside of themselves. It's less about advertising at people and more about inviting them into the story that we're creating at Alamo. Alamo's owned platforms will allow us to create a community and deepen the relationships that we're establishing. Fresh Frames includes a refreshed app and a website experience, complete with an event calendar and campaign branding. Recurring blog content like staff picks and fan spotlights will bring out personalities and perspectives that make the brand feel very human, very authentic. And loyalty rewards will help bring the audiences back again and again for that timeless theater experience. The theme, the spotlight on collaborative storytelling, reflects both the campaign goals and Alamo's identity. The core message is simple. Alamo is not just a theater. It's a creative community where every story matters. Taglines like "Every frame tells a story," "Be a part of the next one," capture the spirit, the idea that viewers aren't just watching stories, but they're actively joining in them. Now, the overall timeline for this whole campaign for Alamo is roughly organized by quarter. We've got 4 quarters in a year. Quarter 1 will be focused on the campaign launch and the digital rollout of all of our assets. Campaign 2 will focus on expanded influencer outreach and media collaborations. Quarter 3 will focus on monthly showcases, like the staff picks and different partnerships that are happening in our community. And Quarter 4, the Fresh Frames Festival and campaign evaluation will take place at that point. It's structured to overall and very realistically slowly build that momentum and then culminate in a major community event to tie it all together. The total budget that we're looking at for Fresh Frames is roughly $50,000 spread across content production, events, paid advertising, partnerships, and different evaluation tools. Each category will play a vital role in creating a well-rounded, sustainable campaign. When we're looking at evaluating this campaign as a whole, we're looking to combine both numbers and narrative. We'll track ticket sales, membership growth, and digital engagement overall, but we'll also gather qualitative insights like different testimonials from our audience, partnerships, and feedbacks from filmmakers and attendees. If the stories generated by this campaign are meaningful, then we know that it's truly working. Ultimately, Fresh Frames reinforces Alamo as a creative and cultural cornerstone. It's a place where new voices are celebrated and communities can overall come together. It creates a cycle of collaboration, filmmakers sharing their work and audiences discovering something new, all while everyone walks away with a fresh new perspective. And honestly, that's just the magic of movies. The exact movies that I grew up loving. Thank you so much for your time and exploring Fresh Frames with me. For me, movies have always been a way to escape, to connect, and to rediscover the world through someone else's story. My hope is that this campaign will help Alamo continue to create those memories for others in the same way that cinema has shaped my very own life. Every frame tells a story, and I am very, very excited for this next one.